So we were looking directly at how many of them were going to turn around and book an appointment without needing cold calling, without needing dial days, and then what was the cost of the lead, what was the cost of the appointment. Now, I'll make it simple for you and give you a little cheater. All right, so Facebook is taking this total amount and it's dividing it by the number of results, and that'll get you your $19.60 right here. Now, that's good because we're getting $20 leads right away within the first week. So this is actually extremely good. And we personally know the quality of the leads because we're running the ad and we're able to get there. The second thing that we wanted to know was at $2,176, if it got us 26 booked appointments, what was the cost of our appointment just to get somebody to the appointment? And that is $83.69. Now, we try to get a $50 appointment, but in this space, in this industry, a $200 appointment is actually profitable. So we've seen many a times where a person will run a $200 appointment and then they'll run four of those appointments and they'll spend a total of about $800 to get in front of four people. But then they're going to turn around and write a $3,600 policy. So they're positive, they're winning $2,800 on an $800 ad spend, right? So at $2,800 divided by 800 is 350%. So you're tripling your money even at a $200 cost of appointment. And what we're doing is getting an $83 cost of appointment. So 80, let's call it $85. We're running four of those. So for 340, we're actually able to write a $3,600 application and we're profiting over $3,000 every four appointments. So this is an amazing system. It's extremely profitable. It's doable with just 60 to 90 days. You can get there as long as you got a 25% or better closing rate. We actually run into more problems at the closing rate than we do lead cost or appointment cost. So that's a sales issue with sales training. The next step that we did was see if we could beat the quality by running a second version of it and run people through a second warm stack, right? And were we able to beat it or not beat it? Now, if you look at it from the outside, what you're going to notice is this looks like it's a $20 average and that looks like a $45 average. But I want to show you the difference. So once we start seeing what the ads themselves are doing, then we're able to know, did some of these ads actually blow the budget out of the water, right? So we start looking at out of how much that we spent, what the cost per result was per ad at the ad level, and if we were blowing our budget here because we left an ad on that probably should have got turned off. Now, what you will notice is once we started getting dialed in, Facebook kept giving us $15 leads. So this one was a little too expensive at $35, but this one was actually down to $15. And every five leads was booking an appointment, right? So when you start looking at it from that point of view, it's $15 and every 5 appointments is a booked appointment, right? Or every 5 leads is a booked appointment. So we started getting $75 appointments off of this one ad. Well, some of these ads obviously were a little more expensive. And then you start coming down here and you notice that we were getting $12 leads. And these $12 leads, although the ad itself was working, it's $12 lead, they weren't booking the appointments. And we actually want them to book appointments right away, or we don't consider that a success. So we continued again just below it, and we were getting $10 leads, and every 2 leads was booking an appointment. So when you start looking at how impressive that is, that we're spending $953 and got 12 leads, right? So that's the $114. And Facebook's math is screwy. Just FYI, Facebook is always incredible. But so for $114, we were able to get 5 appointments. Now you can look and see the genius of retargeting, getting better and better and better. And now we're getting $22 appointments. And that means every 4 appointments is writing a $3,600 policy. So we're earning $3,500 on every $100 spent. That's literally a $3,500 profit. And it's also a $3,500 percentage, right? So if you think about it in terms of multiples, that means for every $1 we're putting in, we're getting $35 back. Right. So that's a 35% return. That's a 350% return if you think about it. Right. So we knew that this campaign was really moving in the right direction and that we were going to be really satisfied with the outcome.